Let's do it.
The group of you have chosen poorly on your resting location. After completing the investigations down at Cobalt Lake and finding that there were kami that had been unsettled within that area, you forcibly settled them back a little bit, and saved some of the local farmhands. You stopped by an Elderthorn briefly to resupply, check in with loved ones and superiors, take a look at your home, Aeolus. But you had an owlbear pelt that was needing to be delivered for a hefty payday. As such, you saddled up your horses after only a day or so in town and set out to return to Armskirk. Now, you decided to trailblaze as opposed to traveling north and going around the Pinwood, adding extra travel time. You trailblazed through just what would have been about a day's worth of travel through the Pinwood. You should have made it out. If not for some unfortunate rolls, the sun was starting to set and you still had a few hours of travel, according to Siegfried's estimations, before you would have been out of it. You decided, well, rest. What's the worst that could happen? During this rest, you were disturbed by a series of shambling corpses approaching your position, intent on doing you harm. The only warning of their encroachment was the lack of sound. The lack of horses. This is where we're picking up. You guys are in combat against this group of corpses, some of your party has recognized as people who were executed in Elderthorn in years past. And according to the customs, their bodies, because of their evil deeds, are not fit to return to the sea and be reincarnated into the cycle of life, and were instead dragged into the Pinwood and left to the elements. Seems the elements have claimed them, and weren't quite done with those bodies as of yet. This is where we're picking up top of initiative with Willem. So,
Willem to the rescue.
I have a bunch of guys feared that can't move closer to you, Dunnan, correct?
Give me a second, sorry.
Yeah, take your time. No. So all of the ones with skulls are feared. Are frightened, pardon me, of Dunnan. And if they're within 10 feet of you, their speed becomes 0 as well, correct, Dunnan? War of Conquest.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Got it. Perfect.
Excuse me.
Gonna drop it somewhere over here, wherever. If you can assist me in getting into that contagious spot to.
Way down here, right?
Yeah, somewhere like over here. I want to get as many, like including, these friendly folk, as I can.
Okay, let me grab a template for that.
Throw it on us. We can take it.
Fortunately, I didn't take the careful, version, so.
Throw it on us. We can take it.
Yeah, I don't want to hit myself though.
That's 5 foot, 10
That's
foot,
the only thing that's stopping him.
15 foot, 20 foot. That should be 20-foot diameter. Let me double check that. If I can find my measuring tool. 20-foot diameter. There we go. Can you control that? Move it around?
doesn't seem to allow me. But
You should be able to now.
How?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. Sorry.
Right there. Down one.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second. I'm thinking here.
Yeah, take your time. You could hit it. This whole group over here. You could hit Aeolus. You could hit the dog.
Sold.
I can take it.
Kelly can take it.
All right, I'm trying to
Right
figure out the
there.
best way.
You do not have any allies with that spot that you just had it. One to the left.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna drop it to the map layer real quick. Okay. So, taking a look. I need to make some deck saves in that case. Done in. The ones that are frightened, that condition, it doesn't, it's not like incapacitated that you gave them. It's just the frightened condition and their speed is 0, correct? For the one, ghoul next to you with the green dot, or near you, pardon me. One pass.
Done, and if you're talking, you're muted.
So damage,
Double
jeez,
mute.
38 points of fire damage. That is a ridiculously good roll. Dead.
Much better than that one where I hit all those ones for the arcane eruption there.
Yeah, right. And the one that passed the save only has 16 points left, so he's going to die either way. That covers all of those. And it's an 18 and a 14, so one success and one failure. Both of these are weak enough to be annihilated as well. You have a 100% destruction rating. Every single one of them was destroyed.
Pretty good for a squire.
Yeah.
Well
Kelly grew
done.
up.
Yeah.
You should also see Willem's, the current #1. She's pretty tough too.
Willem, you still have movement and a bonus if you'd like to spend either of them.
Nah, I'll be good.
All right.
I
That'll
want to
bring
leave some
us.
stuff for the rest of the players.
That'll bring us to red team. They cannot move closer to Dunnan. This one will make a lateral move.
So they kind of munch on Aeolus.
Yep. All right. We got
Yeah, my plan worked. Awesome.
Haha, he gave us the house. Now he's expendable.
Alright, so red attacks. We got 3 slams at Aeolus. First 2 are at advantage.
My armor class is 19.
Alright, cool. They got a 20 and a 19.
Don't forget you have Shield of Faith on you.
That's what brings it up to 19.
Oh, okay.
So you got 10 points damage so far, and the last attack is a 15. And then 2 attacks on Corwin. Crit and a 13. The crit only deals 8 points, so Corwin's unaffected.
Good.
Alright.
Oh my god, that fucking summon.
And that'll be all of red. Oh, sorry, there's a third red on Corwin. Oh, no, on Willem. Definitely Willem. Willem, that's a crit to hit you. 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
That's annoying.
Ooh. As we come around, yeah, big old 9. As we come around to Hellerast.
Okay. Hellerast is going to cast Spirit Guardians
Ooh.
at level 3. And of course, everybody in the party, including the bloody pup and Corin, are safe. Unaffected.
Okay. Naturally. And all of the undead are also unaffected, right?
No, they are affected.
Oh, darn.
Well, you
Alright.
tried.
So you're casting this. Who's concentrating on it?
I'm going to have Corin concentrate on it.
Alright. And then this is a self spell. So it's a radius of 15 feet around you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Alright. Let me pop that onto your token for you. Alright, what do these look like?
They look like, what would an undead person be afraid of? They look just like radiant figures of bright light. And if they can't like cast light, they still look white and ethereal and the opposite of a zombie.
Love it. Alright.
And they float.
So they make the save at the start of their turn. So
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me a 3d8 radiant damage in that case. As unless you have anything else for your turn, because we're about to come to blue and they'll be affected.
Okay. No, right now this is fine.
Okay. Ooh, good damage.
Nice.
Nope. Both the blue fail. Both of them next to you are annihilated as these just apparitions sort of churn through their forms, just mulling them into dust like a pepper grinder.
It's like an Indiana Jones kind of
Yeah.
Ark of the Covenant thing there
Yeah.
with the knife.
The other ones, these were incapacitated due to sorcerer's, your new spell, correct, Willem? So that condition has now ended, right?
Sorry, say that again.
The other blue one, the blue, purple, and the one green, they were.
Oh, has it ended?
Yeah.
Let me look. I'm not sure when.
Yeah,
it is.
double check it. I believe it's the end of your next turn. Yeah, condition until the end of your next turn. Yeah. So, the remaining 3 blue are they're legitimately not smart enough to not walk into the aura. And they can't even get that far into it. So I'm gonna make 3 more saves. Ooh, first one succeeds with a natural 20 for a total of 18.
Shit.
Unfortunately, he only has 9 hit points left. So
Oh.
they just shamble in and they walk into the meat grinder that is these spiritual apparitions roaming about you, Hellerast. That's all of the blues. Round to Aeolus.
Alrighty. Aeolus is going to... I will try to hit Frank.
Right. Due north of you.
Yep. Let's go.
Yeah, Frank's gone again. Frank doesn't exist.
Frank, fucking stay down, man.
Frank is nothing but some nice, cool brain jelly.
And then I will spin around and attack the yellow one.
Yeah, go for it. 12 does hit.
Woohoo!
They're slow moving. They're not hard to hit.
No, but they hit hard.
Not really. It's just
Areolas
a
they
very
do.
large percentage of your hit points.
Oh wait. Why are you 55? No, my max is 54. I'm not that high yet.
So that is 11, 15, 20 points, correct?
Yep.
Alright, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Aeolus just gonna stand his ground.
That'll bring us around to the green squad. These are the ghouls. The first of which is within Hellerast's aura. Wisdom save. Got a 5. Takes 20 points of damage. Not dead yet. Aha. Survives a roll. It is going to move towards the epicenter as a slightly more intelligent thing. We'll start with the one on Aeolus. Aeolus, does an 11 hit you? Oh, sorry, it has advantage. It's a 20 to hit you.
That hits.
5 points of slashing damage. I need a Constitution save, please.
Oh boy, my big stat.
Hey, big save. You succeed. Alright, next attack is on Dunnan. Also advantage. 21 to hit you.
Yes.
Okay, that is 9 points of slashing damage, and I would like 2 Constitution saves from you. 1 for concentration, and then 1 for an effect. Concentration. Down. An effect. You're good. You are not paralyzed, but your Shield of Faith is gone, Aeolus.
Woohoo!
And then finally on Hellerast. That is a 9. It does not hit you. Darn. Alright, that brings us... this one also has movement to here. And we'll dash to get in to there. But that'll be its entire turn. And that'll bring us to done. You mean it done?
God damn it, sorry. I said, he sees Aeolus faltering and that now his concentration broke. He's gonna make his way to Aeolus, but first he's gonna hit that one.
Okay. Sounds good.
19.
19 definitely hits,
17,
yeah. 11...
17 points.
17 points. It is still standing.
He's going for it again.
Yep, go for it.
Just murder it.
11.
11 also hits.
Yeah. And
that is 14 points. That is wildly sufficient to destroy it.
bonus action, Shield Master, I wanna push that one down.
Push it prone?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. That's an athletics check
Yes.
against
God
it.
damn it.
It's athletics. It rolls an 18, which is really good for it, but that is not enough.
So now it can't.
It's prone.
Yeah, it's prone. So,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna move over to Aeolus.
Okay. So moving
take,
through
like,
the pup space takes an extra 5 feet, but easily enough done. There are going to be 3 opportunity attacks against you. The ghoul that you knocked prone attacks with disadvantage. 10. No good.
No.
The yellow one will try to slam you. An 11. No good.
No.
And the last one is ghoul. That'll be a 20 to hit you.
Yes, that hits.
That hits. 7 points of slashing, and I would like another Constitution save, please.
Yes.
Not a natural
Okay,
1.
fine.
You're good. All right.
And I'm taking one step closer to Aeolus, so that more ghouls are in the aura.
Okay.
in the aura. And
Gotcha.
one
So
more.
there's speed drops, and then one more slam attack. Would not have advantage on you, so it's just a 10 to hit. No good.
Oh. That is it. I said next to yours. We should burn this fucking forest down. Nothing ever good comes out of it. You alright? That's it.
Alright, sounds good. Anything for the pup?
Yeah.
The pup just saw a huge explosion next to it and some dancing lights in front of its head, and I think it's just gonna take his paw, put them over its head, and just keeps on dodging.
Yeah, dodge.
Scared
Very
to death.
flavorful dodge action.
Yeah.
Okay. And that'll bring us to purples. This one can, in theory, survive for your spiritual guardians. No, it cannot. Not with a 7 for the save. 30, 40, 30, 40. Two more. Nope. Nope. You are just a beacon of light, Halaras, drawing these things to utter demise. They are idiots. Alright.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yellow. That one is wrecked. This one. Also wrecked. But survives. With 2 hit points remaining. Woohoo. And then this one can't move. Alright. So that is all of the yellow movement. So we have 2 attacks on the pup, both with disadvantage because it is dodging. One of them has advantage to do with the flank. So one's a straight roll and one's disadvantage. Straight roll is a 21 to hit the pup. 7 points of bludgeoning to your dog.
Oh no. No.
And then second one is a 9, thanks to the disadvantage. No good. And then we have an attack on Aeolus. It's just current focus. 22 to hit you, Aeolus.
That hits.
4 points of bludgeoning. And that'll bring us back around to Willem at the top of the order.
Yay, Willem. Those 3 right there are what I'm targeting with Scorching Ray. Do I have to roll for each, or
the
is that one
the
roll?
3 closest to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you they're within 5 feet of you, and it's a ranged spell attack, so you have disadvantage on these. So roll for the green one first. You got 23, looking good so far.
That's rough.
Oh.
And a 1. Okay. So we got our first attack taken care of. Now roll for the red. You have a +8 bonus, so the 3 still hits. The red one. Go. Give me some damage for the red.
Sorry, it was just rolling. You said I had to roll the attack each of the 3 times, or the first one was good.
So you've missed the green one.
Yeah.
The red one you have hit with the
Okay.
3, because you have a +8 bonus.
Yep.
And then the last one you have also hit with the 13. So give me a 3d6 damage, please. Or is it 2d6?
Actually, sorry, it's 2d6.
It is 2d6.
You want me to
Alright,
reroll, or
sixes.
can I
Nope,
just take
you're
those
good.
2 6s?
Got
the first one?
sixes. Yeah. That's
And then I'll
planning
roll
to
for
take.
the other.
You're good. So, 12 points of damage to the 2 of them. The green is unaffected, though. All right. Anything with your bonus, Willem?
Nah.
All right, awesome. Sticking to the fire magic, you blast 2 of them. The other one goes wide. Likely because it's already disintegrating into Halaras' aura. As we come around to red. Even if it passes the save, it's destroyed. Same for that. Actually, no, it's got Corin right next to it. It doesn't care about going after anything else. It's not going to break Corin's form, though. Okay. Now we got a party. Alright. Got 2 attacks on Dunnan to start with. Alright, 18 and a 13.
The 18 hits.
18. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And 2 attacks on Aeolus.
For 1 point.
Aeolus, 20 and a natural 1.
Both hit. Nah. 20 hits.
4 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And that'll then bring us to Hellerast, who has annihilated a ton of them with his spirit guardians.
Hillarest is just going to move the party over next to Dunnan. Just move right over to here. And see what happens.
Okay.
Oh,
The one ghoul is going to get an opportunity attack against you as you leave.
Of course.
23 to hit you.
23? Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
6 points of slashing damage. And I need a constitution save, please.
It does red ghouls that are feared take 3 points of psychic damage.
I will
Because
mark
they're
it.
within the 10. Yeah.
That's
nice.
a natural 20.
That you are not paralyzed. That is good.
Absolutely not.
Dunnan, they take that when they start their turn in your aura or move into it, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, got it.
They start of their turn if they're within the 10 feet and are feared.
Nice. Oh, it's just the ones that are feared.
Yeah.
Got it. Alright. That has been marked. Alright, so Hellerast, you shift the party, your whole coalescence of spiritual energy to this space. What else?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have Corin attack green dude here just to get rid of him.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, he's
gone.
torn asunder. He had 2 points left. He was not survive. There is no way that he was like, unless you rolled trip ones on your damage, he was going to die to your spirit guardians.
I can't get to Aeolus to heal him. I would do cure wounds, but let's see here. What can I do?
I'm fine. Aeolus lives for this stuff.
Let's see.
For now, you live.
I'm doing pretty good. Aeolus is doing poorly. I'm going to cast Life Transference.
Okay. Go for it.
Level 2, or yeah, level 3.
All right.
And then-
30-foot range. Yeah, go ahead and roll 4d8 for me.
4d8.
Yeah. 12. Okay.
That's
What?
easy to take.
Yeah. So you take 12 points of damage, Hellerast, and Aeolus, you heal 24.
Jesus. Right.
Yeah. What does this look like as you do this, Hellerast? That's the first time you use this spell.
I know. Again, just I'm going to say, coming from within myself, a glowing ball of light pours forth, and then just kind of floats over to Aeolus and settles down into his chest. Just a little gentle whoo.
As it lights upon you, Aeolus, it is your turn.
Well, that changes what I was gonna do. Alright, as a bonus action, feeling a bit achy, Aeolus is going to take his mutagen,
Okay.
which brings his armor class up just
Oh my
slightly. Holy fuck. Um.
This is fun.
And then Aeolus is going to see that the green ones are a bit more intelligent and seem beefier. I will split my attacks to each of those.
Okay. One to the north, one in the south. Go for it. Both of those do hit. They're a little bit harder to hit than the others. Their skin has been more like naturally leathered by the elements that the corpse has been exposed to, but it is still enough to get through that. That is 11, 15, 17 to the top.
And then...
And, yeah. 17, 23 to the bottom. The lower one is annihilated.
I will use Brand of Castigation on the first one.
Okay. Deals damage to you or a creature you can see within 5 feet. Takes psychic damage. Okay, sounds good. Noted.
And that's my turn.
Wonderful. That brings us to the green ones, specifically. Thanks to your damage, this thing is annihilated due to the 22 points of radiant damage that Helleras is pumping out. The other one also fails and is annihilated at exactly full health by the Spirit Guardians.
Oh, shit.
One
Just gonna
remaining,
sheath my sword.
which is prone. That sends half its movement to stand up. Oh man, I'm gonna give it an intelligence check. Nope, it rolled a 0. It is coming into the Spirit Guardians after the dog, and it cannot pass this success. It got a 0. The green ones are gone. Done and around to you.
Well, if he is that Aeolus is fine again.
Yeah,
He's decently fine. He's gonna focus his attacks on the ones to the south.
Yeah, go for it.
So one on the red. Let's see if he goes down.
21
2 damage.
for 12 points. It is still standing.
Does the yellow one look more battered than the red one?
The yellow does. The yellow one is
Okay.
barely strung together by a few tendons. The red one's a little bit bigger. Better.
Going for the yellow one.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, that hits. The yellow is gone. You just like swing through. It feels like you hit sort of like a grassy field with how much resistance you really met with Basher as you went through its form. There was very little left to it.
I'll swing around and bonus action push that one to the floor.
All right.
I'll make it prone.
Strength save. Or strength check. 15. Nope. It's
I
prone.
need to
It is prone and stuck prone. Because it is afraid. Oh,
0. Yeah.
it needs to make a wisdom save. At the end of his turn. It did not pass.
And I will turn to the bloody pavilion. Go on! Fetch! And I point to the red one in front of me. That's it.
Yeah, go for it.
Bloody pup just runs up, grabs the bones, and just runs away.
21 is because of Aeolus there. Does hit, and that is sufficient to destroy the red one to the south of you.
Good boy. That's it.
It just has a foot in its mouth. Come around to purple.
That is so unsanitary.
Who was annihilated thanks to Spirit Guardians. Yellow. One of which literally can't die to Spirit Guardians because it's still afraid. The other two utterly re-die to Spirit Guardians. Man, it's so good against unintelligent enemies. But the one that can't die to it also can't do anything else. So we're coming around to Willem again.
What? People left enemies for me? It's just bullshit.
Gotta level the
We're
squire
doing
up.
our best, damn it.
I mean, the chance of them still being around in about 6 seconds is very low.
Actually, I know I hit that one, but I'm gonna say this one over here. It's outside of the.
The aura. Yeah, go for it.
And then I
Rest
will.
of the board. Deck save. They are not good at this. 5. So he is 15 points of necrotic damage, and he is considered grappled.
Oh yeah, been a while since I slung that one.
He failed miserably.
So, I shall do that and wander over here on the side.
Alright, sounds good. And that'll then bring us to red. Let's see. No. 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 They rolled 14, 2, 14, 7. Let's just clear them out.
I'm happy I sheathed my weapon.
Yeah. Hellerast. Around to you and Corwin to finish this off.
Oh shit. Okay. Just gonna move. I'm just gonna move to Alyssa's side and just freaking stand there, right there, just like that.
Just holster the weapons, stride forward, let your stuff do its stuff. Aeolus.
Maybe I'll do some wild, fun,
Yeah.
commanding gestures like a conductor in an orchestra, just like
Okay.
just to see, just for fun.
Alrighty. Well, in the interest of the narrative, it is summarily annihilated by your spirit guardians, and the group of you are out of initiative at this point. Safe.
Rest in the pinwood. It's safe. We've dealt with it before.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Nothing happened. I mean,
It just
Nothing
a little
happened.
break
Wait,
from
wait, wait,
resting.
wait, wait.
Let's go lay you back down.
Wait, hold on.
Why are you still
Let's
talking?
everyone-
It's time to go to bed.
thinks William is
Just-
sleepy.
Just, here's the thing. And Aeolus hooks around. Can I spot the horses?
Give me a perception check.
Isn't what? I thought.
You take a good look around. You feel confident. You do not know where the horses are.
Okay. Aeolus will stop and in a very like
You have no idea
anime
what happened to them.
style, where he points to the empty space where the horses were.
Yep.
We lost something, everyone.
Who was supposed to tie those up? It wasn't me, was it?
I think we all took care of our own horses.
I will
What are you
I will
talking
point-
about? Mine is right here.
point
Point to the bloody pup.
to all of the undead. I will pick up Frank's skull in very Hamlet style. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I ate your horses.
The horses didn't make any frightened sounds, though,
I don't know.
like they were being attacked. Pretty sure.
Do we have some light source out, or is it pitch black?
You
That's-
do not. It is dark at the moment.
I lit the torch last time, if I recall right.
Yeah,
Didn't
then
somebody
you
mention
can
they were
have
just
a
going
torch
to
flame.
light the woods on fire? You could do that.
We are not going to set the pinwood on fire.
Mm. Who's gonna miss it? Really? I mean, it's creepy as hell.
I
Nothing
kinda
ever good comes out of it.
with that line from Tunin, do I remember ever seeing undead walking through the pinwood?
Give me a D100 roll. You've never seen validation of reanimated corpses in this space. You've heard sort of old wives' tales and rumors of like the curses that befall those who are lost and die in the Pinwood, or whose remains are intentionally placed there as this form of punishment beyond death.
Right.
But of like, they're doomed to wander there. Their spirits are trapped in the Pinwood forever. It echoes strangely accurately to your memory, but you've never physically seen them.
Okay, so is it reasonable to say that like that around Blackburn Keep, like all of the members would spread like those dinner time tales of hearing
Yeah,
the
it would be
souls?
it would be the equivalent of somewhere between like an old fish story, and campfire scary stories.
Well, never thought that I would see it in person. I'll just roll Frank's head on to the ground.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna quickly do a sweep. If you guys want to reset up everything, I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I can locate any tracks or remains of our horses.
Here, take my torch. Makes you help see easier. I'll hand over my torch.
Willem will loudly whisper to Helly, has Aeolus always liked playing with dead things that much? It's kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, I think it's par for the course. He's just a weird old man. But he's our weird old man, so...
Yeah, but he yelled at me for talking to a ghost, and here he's rolling around dead heads. I'm just saying, it's a little, you know.
Yeah, I know. He just wants to make a point. And he knew the guy's name, so it's, like, hey, sorry to see you go, Frank.
I knew Frank's name. He didn't.
Oh.
He was just playing with. It's rude.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't really care. I was just saying, he's a little bit of a hypocrite sometimes.
Yeah, but he's our...
We all have that uncle, I guess.
I'm gonna search for the horses who remain.
Sure. Make me a survival check. Takes you about an hour. You do increasingly large sweeps before you find evidence of the apparent fate of the horses. You do not find remains. You find tracks of the horses leading off to the northeast. They're accompanied by a single track set of humanoid tracks.
Can I determine if the humanoid tracks belong to a certain member of our group?
Yeah, they do. You
Okay.
can, once you locate them, you're able to sort of follow them back until you get to where you lose them in the whole scuffle. But they clearly came from around your campsite.
Okay.
Same place that the horse's tracks came from, but you feel quite confident. Siegfried must have pushed on as the group rested, out of concern for the Pinwood, and at least get the horses out.
He followed my concerns. Yes. And Ael's just gonna walk back to the camp, and he's just talking to himself.
Anything else that evening?
I apparently
Well-
have to make Aeolus older than he actually is.
Alright. We all settle back in for a restarting of your rest.
I think it was my watch, Talon's watch, at the
Okay.
time.
Well, let's restart it now. You all engaged in combat, cast spells, fought, took damage.
Yep.
So, starting up the watch again. Your rotation goes slowly. It doesn't take long for these bodies to stink to the 9 hells.
God, we're sleeping in the middle of... Okay.
I'm assuming you moved a little bit, but
Yeah, we might have.
it's not like you. It's not like you hiked for an hour or something.
Willem probably would have been poking around for some extra gold on him, just in case.
Make me an investigation check, Will.
Certainly.
Okay, a 20.
Filthy 20.
You find a single gold tooth amongst all of their mouths.
Eat.
Was it in Frank's mouth?
No.
I'll definitely just leave that skull over for Aeolus as a present.
Do you take the gold tooth?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'll leave it for Aeolus.
Aeolus gonna roll over with a skull staring in front of him?
Yeah, it's gonna be right there when you wake up.
Willem will be like, I know you're saving it by your house again, so I figured maybe that the gold tooth will help.
One by one, your watches pass, uneventfully. You rest heavily, and you are awoken. Excuse me. About 3 hours after sunrise. One by one, enjoying your breakfast, setting out again. I'd like one of you to give me a survival check.
Is our exhaustion gone?
It is, yes.
Awesome.
You have
You should
completed a
roll
long
one.
rest.
I think you have the best survival of all.
Let's go.
Alright. You are sufficiently capable of helping the group out of the remainder of the Pinwood. Aeolus takes about an hour and a half of hard travel by foot, because now you don't have horses to travel through. Moving at a fairly brisk pace to just get out of here. And you do make it out of the Pinwood just a bit after noon. So about half of your day is spent at this point between sleeping in to complete the long rest and the difficult journey by foot out of the remainder. At which point you do see a small camp of a tent, bedroll, and 4 horses that are currently grazing on grasses that Siegfried has set up, seemingly waiting for you about 100 meters away from you. Or waves you down. He explains that the horses didn't have any food that they could eat in the Pinwood, so he realized this and set out with them. Yeah.
Well, smart choice, Siegfried. We had a little, and I look to you, let's call it reunion with some old, I don't know, friends.
Oh,
But-
yeah. We've all
More the undead kind, so not very pleasant reunion, if you know. If you catch my drift. Well, glad the horses are alright. I already saw us walking back to Armskirk.
Alright. So you have a remainder half of the day. So you have 4 hours of travel, which means those of you working in languages, you can have 1 hour of language practice.
Nice.
Woo.
And then you have 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 3 and 3/4, 3, about 75% of the last day, 6 hours of travel. So basically 4 days remaining journey to Armskirk. During these 4 days, is there anything anybody wants to accomplish in particular besides your normal traveling things of working on languages, foraging for wild materials, and otherwise just conversing about your plans?
Probably just... Oh, sorry.
Yes. So it occurred to me that during the nights, perhaps Willem would be able to work on translating the 2 books he now has. I know one's empty, but the other one I thought had some writing in it.
Which
The
book
one
is
that
this?
The one that was chained up.
Ah, the one from Urcrypt?
Yeah.
Certainly.
So I think that's what I would just do at nights in general, hour at a time. But during the days, it would be foraging, looking for edibles,
Yeah.
mushrooms,
Make
marijuana, whatever.
me an Arcana check. You can make there's 3 nights of travel, so you can make 1 per night. Okay. The third one's not necessary. The second night you're pretty close to sort of understanding some of this, and second night you have an inspiration of sort of practicing some of your cantrips as you do, just absentmindedly sort of fiddling with magic, as it were. And that's when that inspiration sort of strikes you. This is a spell book. It is. You're not quite familiar with all of the spells, but this is a wizard's spell book. The one that was chained up.
Oh, kerfluffle, I'm not a wizard.
But you're unsure of some of the higher levels of spells, but you do recognize what you think are some things that you already know, that you yourself know, although sort of like in a weird shorthand, so to speak. Like the author had their own way of writing things. But you recognize things such as like comprehend languages. You recognize the makings of like Misty Step and things like that, in ways that would be like almost like in index recipe cards. Instead of having a whole recipe written out, it's like very shorthand for some of these things. So you do identify what this is at this point. It is a wizard's spellbook, going up to approximately 5th or 6th level.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'll
So
just
valuable
keep reading
to a wizard.
Yeah, I'll keep reading it for the funsies, but you know,
Yeah.
Understood.
Anyone else have anything that they'd like to do over this time?
Well, Danon would certainly train with the bloody pup on its bravery, so that it's more like a steed, not like a, I don't know, pet.
Okay.
And train some commands, and yeah, just
Sure.
keep on bonding with it.
Okay. You go through like this practice of exercises with it, sort of approaching things, approaching you, approaching your teammates who can make things look like other things. It's a way to pass the time, spend time with your companion, a deepening bond to it. Nice. Traveling no longer through the Pinwood, and at this point is relative safety for you. The group of you are able to find and hunt a thresh deer if you so choose to, for some provisions during the travel.
Yeah, I'll definitely work on skinning that.
Okay. Add thresh deer pelt to your inventory, and Willem, you can add 20 pounds of venison if you'd like the supplies.
We niblet.
Not much else as far as foraging and hunting goes, unfortunately, but it's decent.
There's something I would like to do
Yeah.
as we have our rests.
Mm-hmm.
Aeolus is going to start making is going to start taking notes. First they'll start mentally, and then he'll start physically. Like he'll go over and ask for a scrap of paper from Willem, if he has any. And I'll just start taking notes on the strengths of everyone, like as Willem's reading, and the absent-minded, the ease of just weaving magic that he has, and Tunin practicing with the bloody pup, just taking notes on each of his companions in his quest to find out where his place is.
Like it. Start building this almanac of skills amongst your group and your journey so far.
And as much as possible, while we're riding, Helly's going to start teaching Aeolus the actual Orcish alphabet, since we seem to come across so many carvings in Orcish. She's going to start just showing him, teaching him his ABCs as far as visual is concerned.
Yeah. I put in chat, each you gain 7 hours towards your respective languages during this time.
This just further supports that Aeolus should be older than I originally intended. Yeah, what you say?
Alright.
Aeolus is being in his 40s, but he's so frail. It makes him seem older.
Anything else during the travel before we make the narrative jump to Armskirk?
Nope.
Okay. The few days of travel later, the group of you arrive safely on the northern shore of the Sanguine River, approaching Armskirk. You approach the nestled city of Armskirk on the northern bank. Move the background back. There we go. And wait for the sort of small ferry that goes across the river, pulled across by rope. Each you mark off single silver for the crossing. But after about an hour's journey on the ferry, you have about an hour of sunlight left. The sun has now set behind the Cloud Spine Mountains, but the sky is still illuminated, giving the remnants of the day that comfortable light of dusk for the evening. And you are now in Armskirk. To where would you like to go?
Just to keep my notes updated, did you take like 21 days for the round trip now? Is that accurate?
Yeah, so you had what were you at previously? Because you had a 4 days travel total.
Yeah, day 16 was where we were in Elithorn.
Elithorn, alright, so
And
17,
we left on day
18,
17.
19, 20. So this was the 20th day. You're now going into the... After you rest, it'll be the 21st day.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Aeolus would ask for the owlbear pelt so that when they walk into the Iron Fang sanctuary, that he has it on him.
Well, we're all going to the Iron Fangs. I mean, it's a contract for all of us.
It is, but this was also a part of the test that they had laid out.
Oh, your point? We'll still accompany you. I want my share.
Oh no!
I'm gonna drink myself silly tonight.
All of us are walking in. It would just.
You just want to pay.
For my ego, I would like to walk in there.
Want to wrap it around your shoulders or what?
Yeah. Let me just get a few squats in.
Go in there with style. I like it.
You can borrow my hat. It's rather stylish.
You put all of the weight of the owlbear pelt onto your shoulders.
I am going to try.
Give me an athletics check.
I'm gonna help him and just straighten his back with my hands, just to keep him topside.
One time I roll low.
Little wobbly there, Aeolus. It's a lot of weight. I believe I gave you guys the weight for it as well. It's a lot of pelt. It's not just skin, it's the feathers, it's the fur. There's a lot here. You're making... You set this up like right outside, I assume, and then walk in. And people are like just sort of giving you quizzical looks. Like, who's this idiot who thinks that you should carry this not in a backpack? As you enter the Iron Fang Monastery, you are confronted with the T of the hallway from the entrance. To the right, the hallway terminates at the end in a door. To the left, it goes along about twice as far, with a large archway about 2/3 of the way down away from you, that you know leads to the great common room of the monastery and the Order of the Iron Fang. You approach this direction and set it onto one of the stools, as opposed to the trapezoidal stone tables upon which the ever-burning sort of row of flame exists in the center for the purposes of cooking and whatnot. Better to not put the thing worth the payment of the job onto something that is currently and perpetually burning. You settle in, and as the group of you step into this common area, you get a great number of eyes sort of turned towards you. The only the owner of a pair of eyes that you recognize would be, here it is, Gromak Blood Fury, Keeper of the Bounties.
Yeah.
The Hobgoblin.
Stands to his full height. cracking his bones.
It's Aeolus.
Gromac comes over to you. How you doing? That's good turnaround time. Why didn't you put it on like a saddlebag or something?
Just giggling in the background.
I want to carry it in.
All right,
I wanted to show off.
that sounds more apt. Come over here.
Well, no matter the appearance, one snowy owl bear pelt ordered, one delivered, right? So contract fulfilled.
Gromac sort of waves his hands, doesn't utter anything, and you see about a 12-foot section of this trapezoidal stone table, the flames extinguish upon it. And...
Everyone has magic.
No, I have a fucking ring that does it. And sort of starts unfolding this rolled of pelt to sort of inspect the different pieces that it's been chopped into. Yeah, you did alright. Everything's good enough. Multiple pieces. Where'd you find one?
Up in the cloud spine.
Oh, dangerous terrain up there. Hear people go missing in those mountains all the time.
Well,
Yeah, we
found
found
one
a
of those
few.
missing. Yeah.
Alive?
No.
What do you think?
That makes more sense. As he's sort of taking a look through at any of the battle damage to the pelt, he's just making idle conversation with you. A few years ago, we sent some people to try to cross the mountains, find a way. We were trying to see if there was anything worthwhile on the far side. They never came back either. Figure they died in an avalanche or eaten by something like this or something like that. But started giving up on that. It's not worth sending people for no reason like that. So, oh well. You did good. There's a little bit of damage that we were hoping it wasn't gonna be there.
Well, it wasn't like just lay down and let it skin its pelt, you know? It fought really hard for its life, so I think a little damage is to be expected.
Yeah. Let me go talk with. Pardon me. Let me go talk with Krothos, and we'll see about getting you all paid. Help yourselves to the fire and cook yourselves some food.
And we also completed the other bounty for Cobalt Lake.
Oh, all right. Anything interesting going on there? As he takes the bounty papers from you.
Just some wood acting up a little bit.
Yeah, it seemed like the kami were trying to overtake the farmland.
He scowls for a moment. What you mean?
Well, the forest that the farmlands are set up against was quite literally making its way and overtaking the farmland. We fought Odin's sprites.
The spirits of the land, you know? And she knows more about it than a point to Helirest. We're just, I don't know, reclaiming their land. We don't really know. We put it down. Everything's fine. For now.
Alright. Sort of looks at you, Helirest. Is that what was happening? Did the Kami do that?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, they definitely weren't hurting the 3 farmhands that disappeared. They were cradling them and keeping them safe, but keeping them from hurting them as well, because they were out clearing fields. So it was a benign disappearance, but it was still needed to be mitigated.
Troublesome for the farmers, you know.
I best cast of the situation. It seemed like the kami were trying to protect their land, and I don't think they were trying to protect it against the farmers, but something else. But there were no traces of something else.
I'm not a particularly spiritual fella, so I couldn't tell you for certain. Your guess is as good as mine. Probably better.
Ellie, getting bored. Can we go and cook or kill something? They just keep talking.
Sure. Come on. And she'll
Thank
walk
you.
over with Willem to start cooking.
Wires.
So ambitious.
Alright, well, let me go check with Krothos. Get you folks paid.
That's what I like to hear.
Alright, he departs.
And while he departs, I turn to Eolus. Some battle damage? Was it for
No.
real? What did he expect? I mean,
I honestly, this is our first hunting expedition. I think we did pretty fucking well for ourselves.
I would say, like our name, we did bloody fucking well, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in half
Everybody
time
checking
we
them
needed.
out. I don't like them.
Yeah.
He says this while he is preparing a small stew.
Well, at least it pays well, and we're not gonna have some money issues for a while now. Maybe me in 2 weeks, but we'll see.
This is why we keep stowing more liquor in the, the really big bag. Because
You know,
we have a drinking problem.
I know, Willem. And the
The
more
problem
money I
is-
have, the more I spend it on alcohol.
No,
Right.
no. The problem is we can only bring so much booze for you to drink, and your strength is not up to carrying the correct amount of booze. You need to get stronger.
Yeah, the problem is we are staying in town, and they have a lot of reserves, I think. But
I mean, we could always see if. Never mind.
what? Speak your mind.
No, it was and he'll point over to the bag. Being able to create another one or find another one.
Another, you mean?
So that we have one that's reserved for your alcohol and
Mm.
one that's reserved for everything that we need to carry.
I like your thinking. Smart one. You're always looking out for you, for me, Aeolus, and I will always look out for you. See? We have each other's specs.
You hear someone clearing their throat behind you. You did remarkably well. You see the
Bloody well we did.
imposing 7-foot-tall figure of Krothos behind you. Despite his even age for his dragonborn form, he's well muscled. You see he's no longer limping. Seemingly his leg injury has healed by this point. And the midnight blue spines that run along the top of his skull, sort of cascading down his back, have seemingly been polished and catch reflections of light here and there. As he sort of steps up and sort of claps a massive hand on your shoulder, Aeolus, makes you feel a little bit small for a moment. That's a fine belt. Blood Fury says there was some damage to it. I've communicated that damage to the client. As per that, and for the it does devalue it slightly, but not to worry. You're being paid handsomely for it.
I better hope so.
In
It was
summation,
quite troublesome to get this one.
In summation, unfortunately, the other job, based on your description, the bounty was not increased, in retrospective of the missing people that you mentioned. We can only pay out what we were paid originally to do it. So in total, you and your companions will be receiving, this. And a younger member of the Iron Fang Monastery, whom you do not recognize at the moment, sort of comes forward, seemingly waiting for this gesture, with a small chest, and Krolthos places it on the table, where adjacent to where Willem and Hellerast are currently engaged in cooking. All yours, and you may keep the chest as well. You may double check it if you wish, but there is 10,120 silver crowns within.
Okay.
And that would break down to 2,024 each.
Eat.
If you want
All
to
in
add it.
silver pieces, right?
All in silver, correct.
Nice.
That's some hefty sum.
Well,
That's a lot of ale.
I would not recommend drinking that much ale in a single month.
Oh, you don't know me.
I feel like I kind of do. I've known many of your kin. Well,
Porthos.
just be judicious. Yes.
I'll try.
Before we left, there was a mention of a trial, and that this would be
Yes,
that trial.
he reaches into his pouch. Thank you for reminding me. Reaches into his pouch and produces a small box, about 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch, and tosses it to you. Here you are.
I'll open it.
Inside is a signet ring, upon which is a reliefed image of the Order of the Iron Fang. Clearly able to be used for the purposes of sealing wax, in addition to being a signet ring. That marks you as a full and honored member. Additionally, it allows you some basic controls of some of the things here, and the ability to open the doors, even when they're locked to the general public, each evening and whatnot. Your expectations in wearing it, should you choose to wear it, is that you represent us well, and understand that if you do not, there are consequences.
Well, congratulations, Iolas. You're officially a member of the Iron Fang. How do you feel?
Aeolus just is staring at the signet ring.
Alright, then ignore me.
That's okay, Master Dwarf. In my experience, most people have learned to ignore some of your kinfolk.
Is there any training? Anything that helps? Anyone that can help me hone my craft better?
It would depend on your expertise. Laura is one of our better members in the field, although she's already left about a 10-day ago. A little bit longer. North again. Towards, she went, I think she was stopping up in Fellhold. She's probably there now. And then wandering some of the northern lands beyond. There's another settlement far up that way, in the Evercolds, but not. She's the best, but she's also kind of standoffish and rude.
We experienced her last time.
Yeah,
Her and her stew.
that was on a good day. And in civilized society.
I like her already.
She's very much, if you fall and break your leg, well, you better figure out how to get back to camp by yourself. She's not going to help you up. So and that's a learning experience. But she's good. If you wanted specific training, I'd recommend seeking her out if you make your way up that way at any point. Ooh, that smells delightful, young man. What are you cooking?
Thrush deer with booze.
With booze.
Oh, perfect.
Would you mind sharing a little? It does smell quite fine, and it's been a while since I've had any of the fresh venison.
You can stop talking. One sec. Here you go.
Thank you. He sort of sits down next to you, leaning his back against the table, and sort of slurps at the bowl a little bit.
While
It's quite
Crowfos
lean.
is,
It's so good.
while Crowfos is eating,
Yes.
I turn to yours. Trying to not that Crowfos hears us. I'm leaning over. Are you sure we have time for some training? Shouldn't we just, use that stone we found with the orcs? Maybe
Make a stealth check. No disadvantage because you're armor, because you're just trying to whisper, but...
Okay.
Good first roll.
Perfect. So I speak just normally and think I'm
It's an
very
Irish
quiet.
whisper.
Yeah.
Stone you found. Pray tell.
I don't think we will.
It's not our thing business.
We don't know enough information about it yet, and it ties to Elder Thorn.
Yeah, okay. Anything else that we should be aware of that you discovered during your travels? That
Oh, we
is
found
business.
we found an unlucky traveler, I don't know, up in the Cloudspine Mountains, frozen to death, probably fell asleep. Didn't have much on him. Well,
That and the stories about zombies in the Pinwood are true.
that too.
Oh, you all saw some wandering spirits?
No, pretty much Walking Dead. Not spirits. Real fleshy corpses walking around.
I'm sure.
The unkind ones.
Ah. Yes, and Aeolus will unhook the skull that Willem left him. His name was Frank.
No, you're being serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yes, unfortunately we are.
I sort of chews on some part of the stew that Willem gave him for a moment. That's concerning.
Disturbing.
Also that, yes. I mean, there's a lot of... There's a lot of weird things that go on in the Pinwood.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 or 3 encounters there already. Not very pleasant memories.
And all very different.
And something going on there. What? I'm not sure yet. If we have any particular jobs in the Pinwood, did you want them? As seems the group of you are now relatively experienced in that sector.
Cantiolas. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, it worked out every time we went there, but... What do you say?
That it slurps his stew.
When it would give us a reason to investigate what's happening there. And we could make some money out of it, so... Right.
We can
2
lend a
birds
hand.
with 1 stone.
Brothos, would you be against working with us as outside help?
Like, free contractors?
Well,
And
we
you're...
are.
Provided that you choose to accept your membership, of which you've now earned. You're not an outside mercenary. I mean, your companions would be, but it's neither here nor there. Anyone's able to accept jobs, should you have extra privileges when you are present here.
It's your call, Leolas. I'm good either way.
Well, our adventure so far has taken us into the Pinwood many times. Having additional information from bounties would certainly help.
Then, well, if you'd like me to be able to reach out to you when we do receive any work in that vicinity, you do need to wear your ring.
Aeolus will take the ring out and will slide it onto one of his fingers.
Okay. You place it on your finger. There's a warm, almost burning sensation for a moment, and it passes as quickly as it appeared. Fantastic. Well, young man, this was delightful. The seasoning, the cuts, exceptional work. You have a real promising future cooking.
I also accept tips.
Keep doing what you're doing, and you'll do great.
That's a subpar tip. I thought it was good food.
All of your food is excellent, Willem.
Growthos stands, towering above most of you again. If there is anything else, please do not hesitate to ask, but have a good rest. You've all deserved it after delivering this. As he starts to roll up the pieces of the owlbear pelt and just heft them underneath one arm.
Is there anywhere you would recommend acquiring adventuring gear, magical and whatnot?
Enchanted things. We have some of our things outsourced to a maker down in Elderthorn. Stuff usually arrives by ship after we've outsourced it, but he's the primary enchanter we work with. Now, the Merchant Guild sometimes has a small supply here in town, things that sort of come in by trade, but it's not their speciality. No one here in Ormskirk deals directly with them. It's more of a who gets what type of thing. But you could speak with Lady Serafina Velmorn, see if she does have anything. Otherwise, you would need to speak with the proprietor of the establishment in Elderthorn.
Thank you.
My pleasure. As he, without any real effort, carries the owlbear pelt away, and he leaves the Grand Hall. Let's go ahead and take our mid-session break.
We
Cool.
Alright, be back in 5 to 8 minutes, give or take.
alrighty.
Alrighty. the group of you have now been paid at the Iron Fang Monastery. You have a few different directions you can go. To recap a few things that you might have on your plates. You could travel north to Fellhold Refuge and beyond for Aeolus to seek out this individual for training with her. You could travel to Urcrypt and utilize the Bodmal Stone and open another henge. You, and from the best of your knowledge, only the group of you know of a way to reach beyond the Cloudspine Mountains to what appeared to be some type of jungle area beyond. So you could explore there. You are now flush with cash and clearly itching to spend it somewhere. So you have the Opulent Depths Merchant Guild here in town, or you could return to Elderthorn, where there is the establishment, if you were looking for items of a magical nature. We have a lot of different options here. Where's the group feeling?
Well,
I also want to throw in that I still want to explore that spooky place.
No. Well, wants to explore spooky places.
Well,
I mean, the jungle is pretty shot in the blue. We have no idea. I mean, it would be a, I don't know, adventure. Just to run around there and figure out what's going on there. I think our greatest bet is the stone we acquired. Right?
Yeah.
yeah, and on the way back, we can stop by Helm's.
Shadow creepy place.
Yeah.
He holds up a finger. It's a very nice, feeling, homely place, thank you. But yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would like to explore it.
For you.
Yeah.
Well, this time we are all with you, so shouldn't be too dangerous. I hope. But before we go there, I wanna take a look at the stuff they have at the where we acquired the horses. What's the name? What's the name of the merchant guild?
It's the Opulent Depths Merchant Guild here in town. Yeah.
Right. Maybe
It's
they
in
have some
the Battle
fine
Market Square.
equipment for me. I need some upgrades.
Yeah.
I mean, and I have a lot of money to spend. Before I spend it on alcohol, it's better to spend it on some equipment. And the rest I spend on alcohol, so.
That sounds like an excellent plan. I could pick something up too. I like shopping.
Yeah, great. Anybody else?
Sure.
Yeah, but I think
Oh,
we
but-
have to wait until tomorrow, which I'm fine with.
Is it already dark?
It
Yeah,
is at this point.
Well, okay.
Great.
Well,
Now Benny's gonna spend all of his cash. We're screwed.
I
I
think
mean-
not even I can spend 2,000 silver pieces on alcohol.
Sounds like a
That's just-
challenge.
Ridiculous, but well, don't you dare me, Willem.
He can also spend the night outside of Armskirk, so we don't get ripped off again.
You crazy? We always sleep outside. Let's just take the luxury and get us some nice soft beds.
Have you heard of fluffy pillows? Perhaps they have here too.
Aeolus just rolls his eyes. Wherever you guys want to go, let's go.
Let's get back to the River's Edge Tavern. That dwarf there was quite nice, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He also overcharged us, you have to remember.
Yeah, a little scammer now, in retrospect. Yeah, that's true.
Make your way out of the Iron Fang Monastery, now laden with coin, and down the road to the River's Edge Tavern and Inn. Stepping through the welcoming wooden doors, you find a yourselves immersed in the cozy and inviting atmosphere. Your interior exudes warmth, with accompanying aroma of the hearth fires, and the gentle murmur of lively conversations filling the air this time of evening. Tavern's main area has a rustic charm, polished wooden beams crisscross the ceiling above, while walls of exposed brick and stone and a touch of rugged elegance. Soft flickering candlelight around the area casts a warm glow, mingling with that of the fires, and creates dancing shadows across the room that give a cozy sense of intimacy. The large stone fireplace that's crackling with flames provides the majority of light and an immense amount of warmth. Around it, there's the plush leather armchairs and wooden benches arranged, inviting patrons to relax and share stories. Above the hearth, an assortment of aged weapons and adventurous artifacts are proudly displayed, showcasing the tales of daring heroes who have frequented the tavern over the years. The bar itself stretches along one side of the room, crafted from sturdy oak and polished to a rich honeyed finish. Behind it, shelves laden with a vast array of bottles and kegs line the wall, boasting the impressive selection of beverages. As you venture further into the establishment, you see the stairs that you know lead up to the cozy inn area. The rooms are simple and comfortable. They were relatively plush beds with soft linens and warm blankets. As you mill about in the entranceway for a moment, though, you see the owner and operator of the River's Edge, Grimm the dwarf. Widower, who's portly for his height, quite a bit, and takes great pride in maintaining the thick and beeswaxed mustache upon his face. His retreating hairline and reddish cheeks have a disarming appearance, although now with the information you've garnered about him through the visit and through the recommendations that whilst spending time at the Iron Fang, you know this is more of an appearance to disarm people and not think him as shrewd as he actually is. As he greets you all. Hello! Welcome. Good to have you back. Wait,
Yes.
no, don't tell me.
Yes, Grimboard.
Bloody mad dogs. Yes.
Oh, you remember.
You're Dunnan. It's
Great.
Ellie. Siegfried.
Siegfried.
Eolus and Willem.
Yeah.
Great memory.
I don't forget faces. Welcome. Rooms for the evening, full meal, all the fixings.
You guessed right.
Wonderful.
Not this overcharged prices like last time.
I charge the costs that are associated with the expenses. I make
Well-
very little above my operating costs.
Inside
Oh.
check.
Sure, go for it.
Well, Tanin, you also have to remember, we paid for nights that we didn't stay.
That's correct. Yes. So a little discount would be appreciated.
Well, I understand that. I generally have a policy of no refunds. I'll tell you what. If you stay for 2 nights, if you pay for the 2 nights here,
We only need one night.
I'll throw
Don't
in
even
the
try.
3rd night
We
free.
We need just one night. We are leaving tomorrow.
Why leave tomorrow when you can stay an extra evening, rest from the road, and I'll give you the 3rd night free for this stay. Take
It's
a
a
load off.
mercenary's life. We are always busy. There is always a next job. So
How about we take
The next
one-
job, so you finished a job, so you have time to rest then.
yes, that's the nights for, and the evening now. But tomorrow there's a new day and work to do.
Well, my offer stands. If you'd like the credit of an extra night that you did not actually need, I'll throw it on top of a 2 nights purchase.
Like
See
I
the-
told you, we just need one.
Just one it is then. 1 room, 2 rooms, 5 rooms.
Kelly
look
wants
around.
room to herself.
Room
Kelly wants
for
room
you.
to herself tonight. She's just gonna slap the silver on the counter and walk away.
So I think 3 rooms.
3 rooms, certainly. That will be a total of 8 silver per room. And that will include your first ale and a morning meal.
You get the feeling that that's appropriate or still overcharged.
I get a feeling you're probably still being overcharged. And it's not your first drink, it's your first ale. So it's not like hey, whatever you get first is on the house. Nah, it's probably the worst ale that he has.
Tell you what. You're gonna lower a little bit of the prices, and when we're back in Elderthorn, we're gonna tell the people there all about your hospitality up here, and send some customers your way. How does that sound?
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck me.
I love this back and forth.
I'll tell you what. It'll be 8 gold. 8 silver crowns an evening for your room. You'll get an ale, and you'll get your morning meal. And you can tell people about the delicious ale and meal and comfortable beds you had staying at the inn in Ormskirk.
We'll talk tomorrow about the great ale and the great lunch or the dinner we get, alright? And I'll slam down the 8
Dinner's
silver
extra.
for my room. I just walk away,
Yeah,
slam
sure.
down 8 silver.
Sure. Go ahead. Same for you, LRS. Mark off 8.
Yep.
So
Good.
whoever wants to bunker down with Danan is welcome to do.
Siegfried will pay for the last room.
Well, share Dunny's room, I suppose.
And up in the room, he would just venture on about this scammer dwarf. Disgrace for our race. Not all dwarves are like that.
He certainly does seem to be quite cheap.
Yeah. I need some ale
Never heard of
into
a
my
cheap
belly.
dwarf, quite right.
Come on, let's get some ale. We have some celebrations to do. And over the course of the evening, Dana is probably gonna drink like 3 to 4 ale. One's free, other one's included, so I don't know how much you charge for 3 ale.
3 ale. Mark
Yeah.
off 4 silver. It's 2
And
silver an
something.
ale.
To eat.
Mark off 5 for your meal.
Jesus.
Willem's gonna try to look mysterious at the table and keep his black hat on and ask for a red wine. Probably disliking the flavor of it though, so we'll swirl it in his cup all night.
I don't know what to do for a beatnik check, but roll intimidation.
Beatnik check, yes. I was thinking hipster check technically.
Hipster, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Oregon. It fits.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I feel like
Either way, roll
it's part of
intimidation.
religion. So I'm gonna throw that one out if that's cool.
Which one?
Being a hipster, it's a religion.
All right. We'll make it. Still make the intimidation check also for like how other people are perceiving you.
Okay, it would have been the same score. That's why I rolled it. But yeah, here you go.
Ah, great. People are sort of side-eyeing you. Not quite sure what to make of you. Especially when you start talking about like the nuttiness of the wine. You're like, it's fucking wine. But spend your evening. Mark off 4 silver per glass of wine.
I think
And,
you would have been discussing the oak undertones. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Danan would probably boast about the adventure they just had, taking down the owl bear. Just say, And then we walked right in and missed it. It hit. That big creature hit from us and we were blind to see it.
Make me a performance check.
Oh, boy.
The story is enrapturing to a decent number of the patrons of the tavern, as you find yourself eventually in one of the leather armchairs near the hearth fire, and just sort of recounting this tale, the right bits embellished upon slightly. A about 21, 22-year-old individual, young boy, is really enraptured by the story and actually buys you a couple ales as well,
Nice.
as a recompense for an evening of storytelling.
I nod to him. Appreciate it, young lad.
And you have a good audience of at least 7 to 8 people throughout the narrative tale.
And then I would like give them their card, like with the bloody mad dogs. So if you ever need something done, call us.
Make me
Oh, God.
Oof, this is the
a
balls
Constitution
move,
save and then an intelligence check. Okay.
Nice.
The alcohol doesn't really get to you too badly. And you are clever enough to intentionally leave out of the story the journey to the far side of the Cloudspine Mountains.
Mm.
You're not so loose-lipped, thanks to the inebriation, that you keep your wits about you, thankfully.
Cool.
Would have drawn probably a much larger crowd.
Mm.
The evening progresses. Meals are 5 silver, wine is 4, ales are 2. Mark off what you feel is appropriate for yourselves.
How much for a drink that is not alcoholic?
1 silver.
Okay.
And their definition of not alcoholic is extremely watered down rum, like grog. It's like 2%.
Okay.
So it's silver, and they give you a wedge of like lime that you can sort of squeeze into it and help with the flavor. But the evening is comfortable. You eventually find your way to your rooms. Hello, Ass, you said you're rooming alone?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want some quiet, for God's sake.
One by one, sleep takes you all. A restful, comfortable sleep. Well earned. Hellrest, you awake before the rest of the group. As you get up and start getting about your day, you have a northern-facing room, so you should get some sunlight. And there's this just like presence of the light sort of shining through the shutters of your window. But there's not light shafts that you would expect as you sort of get your wits about you for the day. What do you do? First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, I think she's going to go ahead and have a little commune with Corin as the emissary of her spirit guardian,
Okay.
and just kind of try to clue in a little more, not really asking any questions, but just abiding in the presence so to speak.
Okay.
And just have a nice meditative morning. She doesn't care
Make
when
me
the hell
a.
she wakes up.
Well, start with where we're starting. Make me a religion check with advantage.
Okay. Yep. Sorry. I
Okay.
meant the first one.
Yep. You set your armor out. It's all been cleaned, ready to be donned again, but don't put it on quite yet. Just in your sleepwear. And you sit in this strange sort of sunlight, but not sunlight. The way it's sort of diffusing into the space doesn't really cast many shadows. The whole place is quiet. You don't hear the sounds of anyone moving around. It's exactly what you were hoping for. And focus on Corwin as you sort of meditate and close your eyes and draw Corwin forth. Feel the energy sort of flowing around you and open your eyes again. Corwin's not in front of you. Sitting in front of you, mirroring your cross-legged pose, is a female half-orc. The hair is in a mohawk, sort of braided into thin braids, not more than a quarter inch in diameter, and then all of that is sort of tethered together into this long mohawk. They're clad in hide armor. They have a stern look on their face and a heavy scar on one cheek. You've not seen this person before, but they feel familiar to you. And they are somewhat translucent.
I was going to say, I want to reach out and just touch and see if they're really there.
Yeah. The same way that Corwin's form is somewhat translucent. You can sort of make out shapes through the form, although it's all fuzzy. You can still sort of make out, like, the line, the floorboards, but you can't make out the lines specifically. It's hazy when looking through this person's form. You reach out one of your hands and sort of touch, and you see that they mirror your movements. And it's almost like placing your palm against a mirror as you sort of touch and feel the resistance of their hand against yours.
Corin? Who are you?
The individual before you does not make any verbal indication. And as you sort of study them, it seems like they're sort of studying you.
Okay, well, then I'm going to just reach my hand out a little bit to where they would be and close my eyes and meditate again. And see if I can hear something inside me.
Yeah, so you keep your palm outstretched. It's basically your palm touching their palm.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it there. You can feel the pressure sort of pushing back on you. Kind of like you're touching a wall made of refreshing cold. It's not unpleasant. It's not quite watery cold either. There's no wetness to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there. And as you continue to meditate and think on who this half-orcish woman is. Time passes. Presently, you open your eyes again and sort of blink bleary-eyed as your eyes are getting used to the sunlight and the shafts of ray that are shining through the shades of your window, casting a jagged pattern of your shadow on the floor in front of you. The form of this individual is gone.
It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Not sure what she needs to do with that, but she has no teacher or master. So she's just gonna keep it to herself and
Okay.
see if maybe she can hook up with this person again at some other quiet time.
You hear the sounds of the kitchen downstairs preparing the included meal with everyone staying in the River's Edge Tavern Inn. The smell of food is present in the air. You must not have noticed it before. The sounds are loud enough. It's curious that you didn't hear them, but they're present now. The rest of you all wake up in your own time. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I kind of feel like I was in another place. Like I wasn't there, really, in the inn.
Make me an Arcana or Religion check, your choice.
Let's see. Definitely religion.
Not sure. It's the first time you've ever meditated like that and had an experience like this. You're not sure if you sort of were in some type of state or mental space where you're able to block other things out. Who knows? But you're really not sure. And take it for what you can ascribe any explanation that you want, but you don't have any knowledge that would validate any particular explanation. We'll put it that way.
Right.
The rest of you all wake up in your own time. A little bit of a headache for you, Dunan. The day is yours.
Well, I guess we gather at the breakfast.
You get breakfast and
as you all sort of file downstairs to the tavern in your own times, you're each presented with a bowl of oatmeal with what looks to be 1.5 sausage links sort of placed along the inside rim of the bowl for you. The breakfast that is provided with your rooms is sparse, but it counts as breakfast. Of course, more sausages and bacon are available for purchase if you would like. But the day is yours. What would you like to do for the day?
Not spending any more extra silver on that cheapskate.
Helly, on the other hand, wants as much bacon as she can eat. So
Sure. Mark off 10 silver.
Yeah, she doesn't give a
You're
shit.
giving a veritable half pound of bacon.
And after her morning, she just needs something a little more. So how much was that? 8?
10 silver.
10. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
You all, I mean, it's fine as far as oatmeal goes. The sausage is tasty. Not sure what meat it's made out of. Not sure if you want to know. But,
Never ask how the sausage made.
yeah. So the group of you still have your horses. You have 10 days worth of feed for them at the moment.
Well, I guess we're gonna
No,
go over
pardon
to
me. You
the
have 9 days
merchant's
worth of
guy.
feed. My apologies.
Yeah,
This is the
and
21st day.
we're gonna resupply.
Yep.
Well, let's go shopping then. He rubs his hand
Right.
together.
The group of you head to the Opulent Depths Merchant Guild.
Correct.
Okay. This is a sprawling emporium of treasures and stands proudly at the heart of the Bow Market Square. The grandiose facade beckons to adventurers and townsfolk alike, promising a realm of endless possibilities within the opulent halls. The exterior is a marvel to behold. Towering columns, intricately carved with ornate patterns, adorned with gilded accents, flank the entrance. That itself is a set of double doors, each crafted from rich mahogany, not native to these lands, polished to a gleaming shine. Above the entrance, the majestic sign in elegant lettering proudly proclaims the name of the establishment. The building's facade is a symphony of architectural marvels. Elaborate stained glass windows depict scenes of landscapes that seem to almost change every time that you look at them and then look away. Mythical creatures and even legendary heroes, unnamed. The sun shines upon them as you make your way through the space here, and vibrant hues cascade onto the streets below, captivating the passers-by with enchanting beauty. You step in, you're immediately enveloped in the aura of magnificence. The expansive space is divided into various sections, each showcasing different category of goods. The air is filled with subtle fragrance of exotic spices and the fresh hint of maybe arcane mystery. The main hall is adorned with vaulted ceilings, their intricately painted frescoes depicting scenes of prosperity, adventure, myth. You see a crystal chandelier hanging from above, and the aisles are meticulously organized and stocked with a wide array of goods. You see all kinds of mundane tools and provisions to exquisite jewelry and artifacts that may be enchanted. As you navigate the aisles, walking in, you are met once again by the proprietor, a human woman named Lady Serafina Velmorn. It's a regal cut of a figure with this air of authority. Currently, she's clad in flowing robes of what looks to be robin's egg blue, and adorned with intricate jewelry to match. As she approaches you, almost as if she's floating and flitting about, weighing not more than a swan, she approaches. Hello again. Welcome to the Opulent Depths Merchant Guild. I believe I recognize your faces at the very least. How might I be of service to you?
Lady Serafina, pleasure to meet you again. Well, we are in some need of some horse food, some supplies for the horses, and I think everybody here, and I gesture to my companions, has some money to spend and would like to purchase some equipment and traveling gear from you.
Of course, I'd be happy to assist. For the horses, it's 2 silver. A silver a day for provisions. So, how many days
For
worth
one
of...
horse or for
one
the
horse.
5 horses?
There's 4 horses.
Okay.
Because you have a
4.
dog. But yeah. So, for every day's worth of ration, like horse feed, you need to pay a silver. So, the group can decide how many days you want, and then once I've done it, needs to mark that off. How many days worth of feed do you want to purchase?
I think we should stock up to 30 again.
Okay, so
20.
Alright, so everyone mark off 21 silver, except Dunnan, because you had 9 days remaining. So you're now back up to 30 days of horse feed. So that taken care of. Now the provisions that you can purchase here, anything mundane. So anything that you see listed in Gogron's General Goods, you can also purchase here for the equivalent silver.
I would buy 6 torches again because I'd like to have some torches.
Certainly. So the chart is there. Here, I'll pop it up on your screens for you. So you can purchase any type of mundane goods that you want to purchase. It is alphabetical. It should be.
I would like to. I would like to trade the 2 thresh deer pelts that I have.
Okay. She will not pay for them. She will give you trade value in them of 10 silver each.
Okay.
Yeah, not a lot because they still need to be tanned to be of actual value, but you have 20 silver worth of credit. If you want, you can say you apply that to your feed and mark off 1 silver for the feed.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that works.
Lady Saphira, do you have any...
Serafina.
Serafina, excuse me. Do you have any enchanted armor or shields or helmet, cloaks, whatever you could
we have a
provide?
number of remarkably interesting
Weapons.
knickknacks and whatnot. Weapons are kind of not our purview. Here, may I show this to you? She pulls, as she's sort of leading you through the aisles, she touches her fingers upon one of the shelves, and you see a small case that has 2 vials in it. It says, "This is a Pyrrhus salve. There's 2 uses of the cream. It is an instant cure of frostbite or any types of extreme cold."
Interesting.
That would be 10 silver per dose. So the 2 of them would be 20 silver.
That would have been helpful on the adventure we just went, but I don't think we are gonna get near something that cold again for the near future.
Very well. We have this. She pulls it looks like an hourglass off of one of the shelves, and that was sort of sideways, so that way it wasn't running. And then turns it so all of the sand is at the bottom. And now watch, and you see the sand start slowly spiraling upwards. Give it a moment. Right. About 30 seconds later, she turns it and inverts it again. So now there's only about 30 seconds worth of sand at the bottom. And now wait. And you see this 30 seconds worth of sand spiral back upwards into the upper level. And then the hourglass itself automatically flips itself over and restarts itself. It's a 1-hour timer that will continuously repeat this loop over and over again. Until you place it on its side, at which point all of the sand will coalesce on one side, whichever is greater, such that it can be restarted again in the future. Call it a quicksand jar. That is 15 silver.
Alright. Interesting for you, Willem?
Not so far. I was more looking for, battle robes, a cane of magicness. Not so much a thing to look at time.
Okay.
It passes anyways.
Weapons and armor is not something that we carry. It is not our purview.
Shields?
That would be armor.
Too bad.
We do have
Cloaks, maybe?
we do have this. some tangentially related to your cloaks, as she gestures to a small glass case, inside which is a needle. It looks like it's made out of maybe obsidian or some type of blackened metal. This is known as an ebon needle. Any sewing that is done with this, magical or non-magical, the garment will become black.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
You know, this one really likes the color black and dark.
Oh, wonderful. It will also function even if you do not need to sew the garment itself. You may pin it through as if it was a cloak pin, and it will remain black until the pin has been removed from the garment. So you can even make it non-permanent if you so choose. This one is 25 silver.
Oh. What does it do when you're already wearing black clothes, though? Does it make it blacker?
Well, I mean, I would imagine if you had garments that were different shades of black, you could unify them into a single shade.
I'll take it.
25 silver. And she hands you the small glass case. It's an ebon needle. We do have these as well for provisions if you would like to purchase them. A little bit more costly, but useful for long-term travel if you're planning to do any distant exploring. It is known as bread of eating. Minor enchantment placed upon the loaf. And we have 2 loaves currently available. Each loaf has 12 slices.
Food?
Sometimes. It's enchanted during the baking process. These do not stale, cannot be poisoned. They are still edible, and obviously once you eat them, they are gone. But we have 2 loaves of this bread available. Each loaf of bread is 10 silver by itself, and would constitute 2 rations.
I think I have a spell for that.
A discerning individual. What about this, my good dwarf? This is an Acai feather. It's ACI. Here, hold it for a moment and focus on it. As she hands you this beautiful little greenish feather. Looks like from a bird of paradise of some sort. Focus on it.
Mm-hmm. Like this?
As you focus, the rest of you see Dunnan's hair start to blow in a non-existent breeze dramatically. It's only
like
10 silver
Titanic
pieces.
moment.
Yeah. It just
Great.
billows backwards, like Fabio on a horse.
You're trying really hard, Mrs. Serafina. But
We do
it's
have...
not the stuff we are looking for, I think.
I do have a few pendants if you ever need safe drinking water. She gestures to sort of a tin that has about 12 of these in there. Those are azurite stones. The pendants are enchanted such that you can crush them in your hand when you intend to do so, never by accident, one at a time. And as you sort of squeeze them out of your hand, they will turn into a full gallon of cold, refreshing, drinkable water. The stone is destroyed in the process, but you can wring it out like a sponge.
It's like great water.
How many of those does she have?
I have 12 of them at the moment, and they're 3 silver apiece.
Helly'll buy 3 of them.
Sure. Knock off 9 silver and write azurite pendant.
And I lean over to Aola, to Hellerest. You're feeling bad for her.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Carry on. And yeah.
Are any of you big fans of the sun?
Not this one, I can tell you, and I point over to Willem.
I get
But-
the worst burns. It's terrible.
You won't like this cat then. She points to a clay cat sculpture. If you place it in direct sunlight for an hour, it will absorb the heat, stay warm throughout the evening, but it will make a purring sound. Some people like it, some people don't.
Those are all very nice gadgets, but not suitable, I think, for our needs, Lady Serafina. So
You need something to help your mind stay clear at all times?
He sure does.
uh,
How about this?
sometimes
As she produces a opulent. This is looks to be gilded or maybe plated in precious metals and semi-precious stones. It's a little bit wide. It's a goblet. This is known as a chalice of sobriety.
I take it. She shows me the tail and I just say I take it.
You take it?
Yes.
This is 15 silver pieces.
Getting drunk with style, that's what I like.
Certainly, here you are. You hand her the silver.
Yeah.
Enjoy
What does it do?
your new tankard of sobriety. Any alcoholic beverage you place upon it becomes non-alcoholic.
Oh, damn.
Aeolus
Always keep your
will-
mind clear in a tavern, lest you be parted from your coin.
No.
Aeolus will hook over to Tanin. I'll take that if you don't want it.
I'll sell it to you for 20 silver pieces.
You just bought it for 15.
Yeah? And I'm a good merchant.
Well then, have fun never being able to get drunk again.
Well, I don't have to use it, do I?
No, but you just spent 15 silver that could go towards alcohol to get you drunk.
Mm. Well, we can always kill some more creatures and steal their pelts or whatever. What was the name? Goblet of the Clear Mind?
Chalice of sobriety.
That chalice. That's of sobriety.
Do you have any rolls of parchment or books available?
Non-enchanted, of course. I do have a few useful pieces of enchanted paper as well. 3 currently. These are a bit more costly at about 50 silver each. But you can write a letter, and upon folding it and placing a name upon the outside, the letter needs to be short, mind you, the letter will vanish from your hands and appear in the hands of the intended recipient, wherever they might be.
Are they able to send it back?
They're not. You can, if I remember the enchantment accurately, and I rarely forget these things, you are able to enclose a piece of parchment of your own, such that they might be able to return a letter to you.
How many of these do you have?
I have 3 at the moment.
He'll take them.
Certainly. She leads the group to the next aisle over and produces all 3 of them for you, Willem. 50 silver each.
Oh, not for me. Aeolus over there wants them.
Oh. She turns to you, Aeolus. 50 silver each.
I mean, I don't have any use for it.
I think somebody should get him just so he can troll somebody with him. So Willem will take him if no one else.
Sure. Mark off a $1.50.
You just imagine the BBEG keeps getting letters in their hands from us. We're gonna kill you.
I have this. She produces a small box of almost black wood, how dark it is. This is known as a doom box. Excellent for scaring people. If you like that sort of thing. Every day, it will produce some number of spiders, between 1 and 4. They won't harm you, they're just freaky. It's about 3 inches square.
Do they talk?
No, they're just plain spiders. They won't even bite you. They're about she holds up fingers at about the size of a silver crown. They're about that big. They're kind of freaky to look at, but that's about it. So you can leave it open underneath someone's cot, and they just have 1 to 4 more spiders sort of crawling around at their house every morning.
Helly's gonna buy that.
Certainly. This is 25 silver.
No problem.
Enjoy your doom box, madam.
It's a
Turn
gift.
around.
It produces 1d4 harmless spiders every day.
It's going to be a gift for our host after we go through the visit Madam Toadtooth. So I think he would enjoy that since he likes to play people.
I thought you were just going to leave it at the end.
No. I'm trying to find a gift to take for our our friend. And then she just wants some red ribbons.
Red ribbons I have. I have an enchanted red ribbon if you'd like. This is known as a hell pennant. Mechanically, this will grant you advantage on 1 charisma saving throw, the next one you make, and then it will become non-magical.
Okay, since I'm kind of a gross bitch, I'll take that. But then I just need some regular ribbon.
You
I want to braid them into my horse's mane and tail. She wants to feel pretty.
Certainly. You mark off a silver for that, and then 10 for the pennant.
Okay. 11. And then how much was the box of bullshit?
Box is 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah. Are any of you not particular fans of drinking water?
I love water.
Well, then this would not be for you. But she produces a tube of, looks to be a lipstick, and sort of uncaps it, sort of raises the lipstick a little bit into this sort of deep, beautiful blue color. Because while you wear this lipstick, you do not need to drink while it is on you. It will wash off with water, though.
Don't need to drink?
You don't need to drink water.
Ooh. How much is it?
This is... It's been here a while. I could let it go for 12 silver.
Sold.
Yeah. You have 10 applications of that.
Okay. I'm just thinking if we're in a desert environment,
100%.
might be really handy.
Yeah. It is known as the kiss of water.
The kiss of water. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you happen to have a flask that just fills on its own? Does that kind of thing exist?
It's not one that I have at the moment. I have had things like that come through. Master Dwarf, I do offer you my sincerest apologies. We do have this at the moment, if you care to take it. It is known as a Jackal's Disc.
Ooh.
As she puts on this somewhat effeminate glove. It's got like this beautiful sort of leather like filigree around the cuff of it that goes up about halfway up her forearm on her slender fingers. And as she places it upon her arm for a moment, stand back a little bit, and she snaps the fingers of that hand with the leather glove upon it. And in a very fast rotation, a shield springs into existence around the glove. And then she snaps her fingers again, and then you see the shield vanish. able to put a shield on in the blink of an eye. This is the closest I believe we have at the moment to any type of armor.
Is it just a regular +2 shield?
It's
Or
a
is it
regular
a-
shield, yeah. But it does not cost any action to equip or de-equip. You can do it without spending any action or bonus action or movement. And while wearing the glove, you cannot be disarmed of the shield.
Or how much would that run me?
This would
Does
be
it-
40 silver.
Does it need attunement or?
No, it does not.
Cool. I'll take it.
Certainly. Unfortunately, I do not have a matching glove for you to cover both hands, but enjoy.
Would you happen to have any spell scrolls?
I do have some basic ones. She leads you to the back of the store. There's a small shelf. It looks to be pretty sparse. And she gestures to the ones present. Effectively, she has spell scroll, a copy of most cantrips as spell scrolls, which is a single use of any particular cantrip. We have ones to repair tears in clothing, although I believe your companion, as she gestures at Willem, now has the needle to do those repairs himself. We have ways to make showers of sparks or clean yourself off, freeze or unfreeze water. These are all cantrip spell scrolls. So you can get a spell scroll of any particular cantrip that you were looking for. It is single use. It is base caster level, not your caster level. And they are 25 silver each. Doombox, Hellerest.
Doombox.
Okay.
Thanks.
I will take a spell scroll of shoot, what's it called? To the spells of spare the tying if she has it.
2 of them?
I'll only take one.
1? Okay, she definitely has 1. There was a chance that she would have a second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's 25?
And 25 silver, yes.
Alrighty. Cool. Thank you. I've been itching for something out of the ordinary.
You're quite welcome. It's my absolute pleasure. And the group, you can pick up any mundane supplies you'd like to purchase as well. Anything else that the group of you have here that you would like to do?
Hellier wants to buy 3 water skins.
3 water skins? Certainly. I have water skin on that list. Barrel,
I can't
flask,
see the
barrel,
list.
bowl,
It's
and
very-
zappa.
It's like lost every pixel possible.
If you click on it, you should be able to zoom in on it.
It didn't for me.
Yeah.
But I'm on a Mac, so probably-
maybe, yeah.
it's probably in my fucking computer.
We will say...
What?
Mark off 10 silver total. We'll call it that.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems fair.
All right. Are we satisfied until we get back to Elderthorn?
I think so.
I think we are stocked up enough, yes.
Well, thank you so much for your patronage here today. Enjoy your purchases, and we hope to see you again soon. As she sort of flits off to deal with the next customer. Or customers, pardon me. Anything else in Armskirk for the group of you?
We are good.
Okay.
Did we want to check to see if they had any bounties that
Oh, sure.
might have come through?
On the way back, we could.
Yeah. See
Sure.
if there's anything relating to the pinwood or something.
Oh, didn't he mention
He said he
that
would contact you about
to reach
those.
out to us? Yeah. Or do you mean other, maybe around the area of Elderthorn
Yeah.
contract?
Roll
Maybe.
me a D100, Aeolus.
Woo, 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 woo.
Wow. The boundaries at the moment are actually pretty light. The only one that's currently has no other competing factions or competing groups or individuals working on it, is a security job in the Stormstring Isles. One of the ODMC ships is setting out in that direction in about a month's time, so 310 day. And they're hiring extra security for the travel. They are going to be towing a second boat behind them, such that once they make it clear of the Stormstring Isles on their journey further east, away from the continent, any security detail that's staying in Elderthorn, or staying in Aquan, pardon me, would be able to take the smaller accompanying ship back to Armskirk.
Just to be upfront, I'm not stepping onto another boat for a while.
No,
Yeah.
that takes
I
us way out of our way.
Yeah, the pay for it is 5,000 silver per mercenary. But it's an open contract at the moment, and anyone can sign on to it. It seems like they are not squeamish about how many people they're sort of putting on this job.
Still no. That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, we are pretty loaded for now, Eolas. It seems there are no on the way for us, so let's try and figure out what we do with this stone, and I'll meet the boat molestone.
Yeah, let's make our way to the spot where Willem and I were.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be along the journey back towards Elderthorn, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the plan for the group will, for next session, will be traveling back towards Elderthorn, stopping at the location where Willem was found by Aeolus after he had temporarily stormed off near the Pinwood. That's there. And then heading back to Elderthorn and presumably eventually to Urcrypt to utilize this next Bodmal stone you've acquired, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Question is if we stop at Elderthorn, I don't know.
Well,
If we even do.
if you want armor upgrades,
Hmm.
the establishment and the Amber Braids, I imagine, is
Are the best
the
bet.
two main places.
Yeah. For context, also, you'll reach the area where you found Willem last time on the about noon of your 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, noon of your 4th day. Pardon me.
Okay.
Yeah, of travel, assuming you're traveling with horses. All right.
Yeah, might as well get
Well,
all the
we
use
hope
out
we
of the
do.
horses as we can.
Not that a random dragon eats them or something like that.
Yes, Spencer's just like, all right, guys, roll d20 for your travel day, and we fight an adult dragon.
Haha. I guess I'll put my ancient dragon
Can we
templates
find a
away.
bigger one?
All right, good session, everybody.
Indeed, yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Missed y'all last week.
Bought a bunch of
I was only there for a little bit, so.
yeah.
Glad to have you back.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and next week we should have everyone.
Yeah, sweet.
Mm.